Hello, Bucks fans. Real Bucks Talk back again with another video, and finally going to dive into some film study. And today we're looking at Buccaneers fifth round pick SirVocea Dennis out of Pittsburgh, teammate of Kalijah Cansey, who we've already talked about. But Mark, we look at SirVocea, and he's got first thing that jumps out is obviously his size. A little shorter in stature, not the biggest dude, but big hands, as you see there, over 10.5 inch hands. Um, Arm length, okay. Not the greatest athlete, but he's quicker than fast. I mean, what's your overall thoughts of Servassier?
Great name, first of all,
Yep.
SirVocea Dennis. I gotta learn to say that efficiently. But I mean, overall, he gets after the quarterback. You saw it in the 7 sacks in his senior season. He had 4 sacks in a row his junior and sophomore season. So he knows how to get downhill. He knows how to A gap blitz, something that we see a lot in the Todd Bowles defense, as you see there on the screen. 7 sacks senior year, junior and sophomore year, 4 sacks, boom, boom. So he knows how to get downhill after the quarterback. Something that we can use heavily, right? So we can kind of rotate him in because he's not going to be a starter. You got Levante David, he's back. You got Devin White, he's back for the year. Let's see what happens moving forward, but they're set there. Could this be a future piece? A guy that's going to be contributing in special teams? Most definitely. Can he develop into something that will be bigger than that? We're going to find out. And I guess that we can kind of move over to the film and we'll find that out exactly. So, number 7, the middle of your screen, playing middle linebacker, very communicative, very aware of what's going on in the defense. You hear that all over the place in press conferences from head coach, scouts, players. Everyone knows that he's a very talkative guy. And you kind of see it here. He's just directing traffic and then, like I was saying, get downhill, get after the running back, get after the quarterback, whatever, what have you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, here again, a little choppy with his footwork, but again, he's just kind of navigating through traffic there a little bit. So he's just opening up his hips there and gets downhill and makes the tackle. So very sure tackler, which is a good thing. Doesn't really miss a lot, and usually is in the right position. And as you see here, get upfield and go. Delay blitz there and gets the sack. Ends up, I think, being a safety. But yeah, just really good job there of seeing where he has to be and gets after it.
Yeah, like I just said earlier, he gets downhill real fast, and like you just mentioned, he's a sure tackler. So once he gets there, he's going to come home and get you down on the ground. And I mean, the gang tackling is awesome, but my biggest thing that I like about him is the communication skills, getting everyone in the right spot where they need to be, and everyone on the same page. So it's not just knowing your assignment, but everyone around you. And here, I mean,
Right.
people may be like, "Oh, he's not doing anything." Well, he's knowing what his assignment is. Why run other places? Like my knock on Devin White is at times he tries to do too much. Man your gap, man your zone, and just fill that gap. I mean, yes, maybe he could have accelerated forward to eliminate the space, but he's doing what he can in his gap. So that's a plus for me.
Right, absolutely, and he has that C on his chest for a reason. As captain, the defense, obviously a leader, and again, communication is big for him. Understanding where he has to be, understanding where his teammates have to be, playing team defense, and you see a great example of that here, where again, holding up the guard, finding a way to fight through traffic, and filling that A gap right there to make sure the running back has no room to run because he knows he has help from the left side coming downhill, as you see there, helps and gets the assist on the tackle. So really good job.
Yeah, and that's huge for a linebacker that is undersized. And then he's taking on this guy looks like 6'4", 6'5", 300 plus pounds. He's getting low, sidesteps him. Yeah, maybe confront him a little bit more, jam him at the line so you're limiting the space that the running back's going to have to move. You jam him backwards, okay, it's behind the line, but either way, absorbing the contact, moving down the line, having guys help out team defense right here, and then planting that foot down, occupying the space, not going just down the ground, and then getting in on the tackle. You got to like that stuff we've seen from Levante David year after year, where smaller guys just they use leverage and smarts to their advantage.
Yeah. And then here again, back in coverage, QB spy, just maintaining where he needs to be, understanding, okay, quarterback's not going, with throwing the football, he's going to come and run and he makes the play. So sure, tackling like we talked about before, that is something that he brings to the table. And obviously if he's not starting, he can definitely add to special teams. I think that's going to be a big part of his game. And what do you need on special teams? You need guys that know how to tackle, and that's SirVocea Dennis.
Yeah, and one thing on that video is like Levante was mentioning how these guys are getting after it. They're making mistakes at 100 miles an hour. Once they kind of man their gap, understand what their abilities are and where they're succeeding at, then they'll start to thrive a lot more. I mean, he's very efficient in what he does, very smart player. Just don't overdo it. And I mean, look at this. He's confronting again. Doesn't latch doesn't latch on, disengages, gets after the play. It's simple basics that he does very, very well consistently. And I love the downhill player that he is.
Yeah, absolutely. He brings some toughness to him, and obviously, at his size, he's got to be tough, and he just shows a good understanding. Here again, communication is big for him, making sure everyone's on the same page. He gets the audible from the sideline, and he's just going to relay it to his teammates. So, understanding, where to be, I think that's huge, and he just I think he makes others comfortable around him and they play faster because of his ability. So even here, going 100 miles, going upfield, maybe not in the play to be exact, but he makes sure he finishes. So the motor, that is something that you want to see from him, and he definitely displays it.
And then getting skinny there too, between the tackle and the guard. Or is that the guard in the center right there?
Mhm.
I mean, this is stuff that we can use that we've seen in this defense time and time again. And then more of like you were saying, the communication skills, getting everyone to know what the play is, not just the defensive line, the linebackers, the safeties, the corners. Everyone knows what the play is. They're not like, what? They just go after it. And yeah, he's going after the one guy that's close to him. Okay, let's double that guy. And one on one on the other side, incomplete. But, I mean, overall, I like what SirVocea Dennis has to offer. And again, he's going to be a backup. He's going to be learning. You have Levante David and Devin White in front of him. So let's see what he can become eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed that video. Comment down below your thoughts of Savrasier Dennis. Like Mark said, he's a fifth round pick. He's got time to develop. Right now, I think what you can expect for him is be on special teams and maybe have some sort of blitz package where he's allowed to play to his strengths. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed it. And until the next one.